regarding move tool, we have to see, let's say I have selected this brush tool and I will make a random thing here, maybe on a new layer. So it is recommended to use a new layer always to work, because in this way your previous thing will be preserved, your original document will be preserved, and you can make all the changes on it. So now if we select the move tool, you see we can move this right here, and we cannot move this what we've drawn. Why? Because it is permanently printed, it is permanently brushed on the background layer. Okay, and for this it can move because it is on a separate layer, and the layer can move. So to create a new layer, by the way, this is the option here, right next to the delete layer button. If I delete it, this layer will get deleted. If I want to create a new layer, we'll just go there and new layer will be created. So to get started with it, okay, you have seen how the move tool works. So let's make a random thing again. So this was the move tool, and the second option with this is artboard tool. We have already studied that. So move tool here is the move tool. We can move the things around. Now the next thing is very important, the selections. There are basically three tools for selection in the toolbar. Number one is the marquee tool. It has further options like rectangular marquee tool, elliptical marquee tool, these are the most commonly used, single row marquee tool, and single column marquee tool. So we'll come to that later. This is the lasso tool. It has further three options: lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. Okay, and the next is selection tool, quick selection tool, and magic wand tool. So what is basically a selection? A selection is a thing you make to work in it. Anything you will work on will appear in this selection. Let's say I selected the brush tool, and now I want to paint something. So I'm painting, okay, but what's this? It's not moving out of the selection. See, this is the basic purpose of the selection. Whatever the change you will make, it will appear only in the selected area on the layer. But be sure to be on that layer which you work. Okay, so this is the purpose of selection. Also, there are many other purposes of making selections, like you can make a selection and remove the object from the layer. Okay, for example, if I go back, uh, this is the separate layer. I will hide it for a second, and now say this is our original sum image, like this is an object on our image, and I want to remove it from the image. I want to cut it out, and I want to move it on the image. I want to place it somewhere else. What will I do? I will make a selection, and for this I will make use of magic wand tool. I'll explain the selection tools later in this class. So I've made a selection, and now what I will do, I will press Control J, J for James. I have pressed that, and what's the purpose of it? It has created the selection on a new layer. If you see the difference, I'll go back, I'll undo this with Control Z, and you see the selection has been made. And after the Control J, I'll redo it. You see a new layer is created, and our selection is on that layer. If I hide the background, you will understand very well. You see our selection is on another layer. So okay, now we can move this. Now we can move this. To remove this part from here, you can just go this, and you can fill in the background color or foreground color. Now this is the color showing here is the foreground color, the gray one, and the below is the background color. Okay, I'll drag it here to let you view easily. So you can change these colors also. You can set them by your choice. Okay, and now to fill the colors, there are options. If you want to fill the foreground color, there is the shortcut key Alt Backspace. Now see, our background layer has was selected, and Alt Backspace has filled in the foreground color. And if you want to go with the background color, there the shortcut is Control Backspace. It will fill in the background color. Okay, one more setting. If we go back, and now I am on this layer right here. So if now I will do the Alt Backspace, you see it has also filled the whole layer. Okay, if I drag this layer up, let me just unlock this layer because several properties are inhibited because of that lock, and because of that lock we cannot change the layer, that we cannot do certain properties on that. We'll see them later. So you see, and this is how layers work. Like the top layer is the most visible, and if it has empty spaces, like I will show you, I'll take this eraser tool and I'll erase this layer. I'm erasing this tool and the layer beneath it is showing itself. Okay, like this. So this is how layers work. If I hide this layer, you see this is the transparent area. I have erased that. See, okay. So, and this is normally how layers work. And this was an overview of that. Now coming to the selections. Okay, so I have this image opened here in another file. Let's say we want to make a selection of this woman here. The selection tool will see the selection tools. This is the rectangular marquee tool. This is how it makes a selection. Let's say you have some regular figure like a square or a rectangle which you want to separate from the background, or you want to do any operation on that. So you have to make the selection like this. If you want it to be a perfect square, you have to hold shift key along with it and drag. It will maintain the aspect ratio and it will be a square. Okay, so this is the option for this. And if you see the toolbar here, there are several options. If I select this one, the first one, I'll make a new selection and the previous selection will be gone, right? And if I click this option right here, I'll make a new selection and it will be added to the previous selection. Similarly, this option, if I make a new selection, it will be subtracted from the previous selection, like this. You want to subtract, this is how it's done, like this. And if you do this one, this will be the intersection area. The intersection area of both selections, the previous one and the new one, will remain and all the other part will be gone, like this. Okay, these options are similar for all the other selection tools. Okay, the feather option here, it says the sharpness of the selection. If we have zero feather, so it means we have solid and edgy selections. We have definite edges. Okay, so but I increase the feather. You can also put in the value like this, and also you can go to the option name and then drag the option like this. See, okay, now if I'll make a selection, you see it is rounded, quite rounded. So this is how it works. And the feather tool, and also it's very soft brush type. The selection is kind of very soft touch. It's giving a soft touch. It's not very precise. Okay, it lets out some of the operations we're doing and it will fade away eventually. So this was the feather tool. You can adjust according to your needs. I'll do it 0 for now. So that was feather tool. And similarly, elliptical marquee tool, you can have an ellipse. Okay, again, like rectangular and square, if you want to preserve the ratio and you want it to be a perfect circle, you just hold the shift button. Okay, and now if you do it, it will be a perfect circle. Again, if you have regular figures for selections, you can use this tool, it is the best. Okay, you can also move the selection by pressing the upward button, the down button, the left right button. And if you want to increase or decrease the things about the selection, you can just do this option, select and transform selection. Okay, you can freely transform it. And if you want to be an ellipse, just hold the shift to freely transform it like this, right? Okay, so this was the marquee tool. And to deselect, like you have done the operation, now you want to deselect, you just go to control D, control D, that will deselect the area. And lasso tool here, this is a freehand tool, it will make freehand selections like anything. Okay, see. And similarly, this is the polygonal lasso tool, it is also a freehand tool, but it moves in the straight lines. Okay, this is how it makes a selection. Control D to remove it. And now the magnetic lasso tool, it is very useful tool. Let me demonstrate it in here, it will be better. It senses the difference between the two colors and move along the difference. If I click here, it will start making a selection. Say I am away from the boundary of both, but it's sensing the color difference and then making the selection along with it. So if you have two definite colors in your image, you can just do this and it will be a selection. Okay, there are options like how much it will be the contrast between the two colors. Okay, and width of the selection, set distance from edge to consider for path. Okay, the feather option is also there. So this is the magnetic lasso tool. And the further options are, for this image we can show the quick selection tool. It is the most commonly used tool for making selections. And let's see how it works. Okay, one more thing, to make the size of this brush bigger, you have to press right square bracket, or you can adjust it from here as well. But the right square bracket is the key to increase, and the left square bracket is the key to decrease the size of your brush. Okay, and to zoom in, you have to just hold alt and move your cursor wheel upward, that will zoom in, and downward to zoom out. Okay, also you can have control with plus to zoom in and control minus to zoom out. Okay, this will zoom in and zoom out the document. So to make a selection, just click the area. What this tool will do is it will sense the object and make a selection of it. Okay, and you're saying how it works, like this. You select the face, you select the objects, and it will make the selections. Okay, this is quick selection tool. So I'm making a rough selection just for the demonstration. Okay, there is another option with every selection tool, this selecting mask tool. You see there are very thin hairs here, and we have to select them, otherwise they will be very edgy, and they will not give us a good look. So select this option, select and mask, and check this option here, and then you can just make refine edges of the selections like this. Okay, so if you'll do this here, it's a very refined edges. Okay, and this is this tool. So this is all about the selection tools. You see all the options here are the same as previous. If I make a new selection, it will get rid of the previous selection, and if I add the selection, it will add, and if I minus this, it will minus like previously. So you can change the brush size here, and you can also adjust the hardness of brush. And these are the further options. You can change the orientation of the brush, and there are other options you can explore. You can also adjust the roundness and the angle of the brush.